welcome back to my YouTube video. So here's part 2 of the Reformation. You have Corona. I'm not gonna waste your time, y'all. I'm just gonna start. So here we go. The Waldenses grew so rapidly that they're considered a threat to the Roman Catholic Church. They therefore were declared heretics, and the persecution was begun against them. The systematic persecution called the Inquisition was begun to combat the Waldenses. The Dominican, and the Franciscan orders of preaching friars were begun to combat the Waldenses and their ideas. The Inquisition was officially organized to combat heresy. This Inquisition was extended later to Spain. The Protestant reformers considered the Waldenses as allies. They were also admired by the Puritans in England. John Milton, the 17th century Puritan poet, wrote a poem called "Of the Recent Masquerade" in the Piedmont, which was about a papal attack upon the Waldenses of his day. Again, my eyes. Okay, John Wycliffe, an Englishman who wrote in the 1370s, as has been called the morning star of the Reformation. While a student at Oxford University, he began to study the writings of Augustine. Augustine, you will remember, was a strong believer in salvation by God's grace, through faith in Jesus Christ. Wycliffe also came to believe in the doctrine of salvation by grace. Later on, Wycliffe became a professor at Oxford. In studying the Bible, he came to believe that the Bible was the only authority in matters of faith. His teaching was contrary to the doctrine of the Roman Church, which said that the church was of equal authority with the Bible. Wycliffe also came to believe that each Christian had the right to read and interpret the Bible for himself. He sent but lay preachers, men who were not or slain by the Roman Church, called lowlords, to set forth these doctrines. One of the Wycliffe's great gifts to humanity was his translation of the Bible into English. Because of Wycliffe's views, he had to leave Oxford University because Wycliffe had many friends among the English noblemen. He was not subject to any physical persecution. The lowlords, however, were not so fortunate. Many of them were burned at the stake, and the remaining ones had to go into hiding. They remained in hiding until the Reformation in England. Wycliffe died as a pastor of a small English country church. Later, his enemies dug up his bones and buried them. So why did they dig it up? Oh, okay. His teachings, however, lived on long after his death and influenced many people in Europe, especially John Huss. Whew. So, yeah. Wycliffe's ideas were received on the continent of Europe by John Huss, and a professor at the University of Prague in Bohemia, now part of the Czechoslovakia. Yeah. So we will continue in the next video, of course. Yes, sir. So, bye. I hope you have a great day. Click on the next video for part 3.